Hello and welcome to the pascom 19 keynote. First things first, great that so many of you are here to join us today. We've been really looking forward to this release. It's a good one, so we're really happy.
It's the best one. As always, the next one is always the best one.
But this one is particularly good because it's got a lot of end-user features that we've been working on for a while and have been often requested. So we're really excited about this one. Before we start, some house rules. Depending on how you've got your screen set up, so if in full screen mode or whatever, either on the side or beneath the video stream, you'll see a name and question box. As we go through the presentation, any questions just pop into your head, write them in there, and then at the end we have a Q&A session and we will go through all your questions and answer them as best we can and as time allows. So that's basically it for the house rules. So we're going to start straight away, I think, and we're going to move on to our first topic. The first thing we've done is we've got a new SIP stack on the server. Why is that? What is it? And what's it all about?
So that's a very, very technical topic, but we exchanged the SIP stack which we are using. In detail, we're using Asterisk as a platform for our telephony services. Most of our customers know this, I think. And we exchanged the SIP stack from ChanSIP to PGSIP.
Okay.
So the question is why? Because ChanSIP is very old and deprecated, and PGSIP is the new SIP stack. It's not so new, so it's been there a while, but it's much better. And it's much easier to integrate trunks, for instance, with this new SIP stack. So what's dangerous is if we migrate from 18 or older to a 19, then we have to migrate the whole SIP settings. For sure, for all our integrated providers, our customers supported, thank you, supported providers, we did all the work.
Right.
But maybe you use some another provider, or you modified something, or what else. So keep an eye on it when you upgrade.
So the best thing to do is actually test with one of our free instances, to see what happens, and any problems. Then if you've got a premium support package from us, just get in contact or use our forum or whatever. But just so you're aware, there could be some changes. But if you use one of our supported providers, it's absolutely no problem.
Yes.
So, good. Next thing, we have integrated the Android connection surface. What does that bring for our customers?
Sounds weird, and maybe you don't know what this is all about, but Android ships the connection service, I think, since Android 6.
Okay.
And it's something like the call kit on iOS, that you can integrate fully your app into the phone system, let's say. In Android, it's available, as I said, from 6, but only in a very not so good version where you could not switch to your own application and so on. And with Android 8, it's much better. And we integrated it starting from Android 8, so 8, 9, and 10. Uses now the call kit, the connection service on Android, same as the call kit in iOS. We did this, and now what's the benefit?
That's what I wanted to ask. I mean, why do we do this? What does it
just for fun.
What does it deliver to our customers?
There are a lot of integrations going on such a mobile phone. Let's make an example. You're listening to your favorite music on whatever Spotify. We don't say something.
Yeah, we're not going to name any brands here.
No, never.
No.
Spotify maybe. And you're listening to the music, a call comes in. Then we have to duck the music and then go ahead. Or you want to connect your Bluetooth headset, or you're in the car and your complete car system is connected to your phone. You're using Google Maps for navigating and whatever
you're doing, yeah.
And it has all to interact with each other, because who does their audio, who does what. And they are all using this, or most of them are using the Android connection service to tell the phone what's going on, and then we can react properly.
Okay, so it's more about better call management and things like that.
Yes.
Okay.
And starting from Android 8, you should have a much better experience now in combination with other services.
Okay, good. So that's sort of pretty much it for under the hood things that you can't see, really. We're going to move on to the next topic.
You can see it.
Well, you can,
somehow,
but
Yeah.
okay. But things that are really visible to every user.
Yeah.
The next thing we've got is we've put in a new client protocol with an offline database, so to speak. Matthias, give us some information. What does this mean for our end users?
For our end users, it means that the client is faster and all things we do on the client, like search, is also faster. So you could say, what are you talking about? Your client is already very, very fast. Compared to other clients, we have a native integration on all our platforms, so we are already very fast.
Yeah.
And as a desktop user, you could argue it's fast, what are you doing? As a desktop user, yes. But as a mobile user, you have maybe a very, very bad network. So the situation is completely different and you want to do things offline, almost offline. You want to have the next message, which you can type, send it, and then just forget about it. And when there is network available,
it sends
the
and
message.
you don't have to worry about it.
So new protocol is much more lightweight. So we can push much more data with much less effort. And the offline DB helps to store it locally.
Okay.
So at the end of the game, we will have a complete offline solution, not with 19 yet, but you can see the first improvements. So the new client is on the mobiles already much faster. And on the desktop, we have some new fancy features, which we could have a look at.
Yeah, we're going to have a look at that in a second. And it sort of brings us in very nicely to our next topic. We've worked very hard on our user experience with 16, 17. This watch is really annoying me. Yeah. Anyway, we worked very hard
But
with...
it's integrated with the connection service.
It is integrated with the connection service.
Cool.
Shame about the strap. But never mind. We've worked very hard on the user experience with 16, 17 and 18 with the new clients. And now we've taken it even further with 19. So what have we done to make the user experience much more effective, easier to use and enjoyable?
Let's see. Directly go into it. Now we change the shape of the avatars. That's much more effective, as you can see.
Perfect. That's all we need to do.
That's it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What did we change? We divided up the state in 2 states. So that sounds crazy, but it's very simple. Here you can see a little icon where you can see the state of the computer or the phone which someone uses. Here is Gilbert on the desktop. He's away, so he's yellow. Here is Denise on the mobile. She has activated the mobile. So you can see this very clearly and fast now. Now Gilbert is on his desktop. You can see this. So this is a kind of auto-generated state where you know which device is just in use. So you can clearly see, okay, she's on the phone, I can call her, and if she has the phone in her pocket, you can see that it's grayed out and you see clearly what's going on. But as a user, you can also have your own state. You can say, yes, I'm working like Gilbert, but I'm on the desktop, but I don't want to be disturbed. So I can just change my state and change it to red. So I have what the user says about himself and what the computer says about the other devices.
So user state and machine state, so to speak.
Yes. And we had this in the past, but we had this somehow in one state, which was then somehow wrong sometimes for somebody.
We had lots of different colors to signify different things and whatever, and it was not necessarily bad, but also sometimes difficult to understand.
Yes, difficult to understand, and now it's clearly and easy. And we could do in the past also, but now we store also the state on the server. So if you say I'm away, then you shut down your clients, then you're still away and you can still see the last message you typed in there.
So it's sort of global across everywhere, no matter what application, not what platform or device you're using.
Yes. Yeah. This is the one thing. The next is we have one big list now with all your contacts here. And we have some new sort mechanisms. Normally it's like alphabetically or by extension. Yeah. Now we introduced by last contact or by recent. So if Denise writes something to me, so this is Denise, I can say send. Then she bubbles up somehow, and it's the last recent contact. Same goes for all users, so I can still have favorites and non-favorites, and she bubbles up. So I'm sure that I have, if I work over the day, that I have my most recent contacts all on top of the list.
And over a period of time, if you're using the recent sorting, the contacts that you are working with the most will always be at the top, pretty much.
Yes, but somehow there are some, I want to order it by extension.
Yep.
Guys, girls, I don't know.
Yeah.
And what to do then? So basically, if you have it ordered somehow and somebody sends you a chat message like this, then you have this message somewhere down here and you have to go through whole the list. So no, you can just click on that icon here and then you get a so-called smart filter which we introduced. And then you can just see your messages, which you can then read, go through them. And if you're done, you can delete the filter again. Also, you can work with these filters in a lot of scenarios. You can say, I just want to see online users. I just want to see Teams. I just want to see unread, whatever. And you can also filter again. So you can have favorites. And then here, it makes no sense because I can see this clearly, but I can filter. So even if I have
a really long list of contacts, you're not going to miss an important chat message or anything like that because it appears on your icon or on your avatar, and you just click on it and you can see it.
So we try to make it more easy, more straightforward without bothering our existing users.
Yeah. And while we're on the chat, have we not done something specifically with the chat that's prevented one of the bugbears that we used to have?
Yes. What was the problem in the past? You could open multiple chats. And then you answered something, and then it was the wrong one because you had 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 chats open. That's past. So now you can just click on whatever. You only open one chat and you close it. And if you close it again, you come back to the search screen, which is accessible also from the menu directly. And we ripped out the search everywhere. So this is the global search. You can open it, and as in the past, you can just search. What you see, it's much faster than in the past because some data are out of the caches of the database. Still, some things are from the server, like in the past. We did not completely move to the offline DB yet.
Larger database, Phonebooks, for example.
Yes, we will do this in the future, but not for now. But overall, because the protocol is also new, the experience is much faster now.
Okay, good. And now you've just touched on it. We have also done not only the fast search, but we've done some bits and pieces to make the searching more intuitive, more user-friendly, particularly on the mobile side. I mean, everyone knows that today's workforce is becoming more mobile, so we needed to have something that was very effective on the mobile. What have we done here?
Yeah, so one of the first things you can really see now is this search feature, which I show you, and which is very, very handy. You can give me a call, James, please.
Yep.
And then you can see that the call arrives somewhere here. I can answer it. Then James mutes. And here I have a new kind of screen, which is easy to use also with just one finger. Everything I need in general, I have here, like hang up, like add a new call, and so on and so forth, mute the channel. But if I want to do something with Gilbert, I can click on him. And then I can do whatever I want, transfer, chat, and so on and so forth. So this is the new concept. But if I add a call, now I want to transfer him to Denise, for instance, then I just can type D, and then here is all my users which start with DE. So I can just click on her, and now it creates a new channel. And this is a new channel, and I can just do now things with her, or connect it to somewhere, or whatever. So the workflow of connecting people, transferring people, is much faster than in the past. And as you saw, this was possible in the past for sure also. But I had to go to the contact list and then switch lists over or know.
You had to either know the number off the top of your head, or you had to go into the phone book and now it's just much more intuitive.
Yes. So now I can, with just one finger, I can manage all my open calls. I can search, I can then choose the target I want, and I can be a switchboard on the mobile. with one hand. So I think that's really cool. And
that is very cool.
Really
it's a big step up from what we had before. I mean, what we had before was okay, but this is much better for the mobile
So
user.
normally, or in other situations, you have this that they want to somehow simulate the phone or how it was in the past on your mobile.
Yeah.
And what we did is, from a perspective of a mobile user, how could it be possible to do all the stuff with one finger on your mobile?
Yeah.
So
cool.
that's it.
Good. Now we're going to move on to a often requested feature.
Yeah, small but often requested.
Yeah, and actually it sort of makes sense. And it's talking about Phonebook favorites.
Yes.
We have our favorites in the contact list on the side, and a lot of our customers and partners said, we want to be able to take an entry from the Phonebook and add that to that favorites list.
Yes, this was not possible in the past because of the technology, because the contact list was the contact list and the Phonebook was the Phonebook.
Exactly, yes.
Now we reworked this, and now we can also have every object in your contact list. We started with the favorites because this was so often requested. How this works is easy. I go to my Phonebook, click on the star, and then it adds it to my favorites. I can just click here and then it dials the first number. If I want to see everything, I click somewhere in the contact and then I can use those icons to do a quick dial.
Now, it's important to know that it actually just clicks the main number.
Yes.
It doesn't give you an option to choose a number by clicking on it. You actually have to go into the entry to be able to choose the different numbers.
Yes.
But obviously, the main number is probably likely to be the one you
Yes,
call the
and
most
maybe you as a user don't know what's the main number, so you just click there and then it dials, because maybe somebody else created the contact in the CRM system or whatever. We have the connectors, we put all the stuff into our system, and then you just want to call him, and then it should just use what's normally used to contact this customer.
Right, good. So that's it for that part of stuff. And now we're going to move on to what we're really all here for.
I was here for the favorites.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Some partners and customers may have been. But what we're here for now is we're going on to the proper team collaboration, pascom groups. Now, what is that? We've had groups before. What is new with the new group messaging tools?
The new messaging tools are mobile now and permanent. What does this mean? We had the group chat where I invited you and me and whatever. We chatted a little bit and then that's it. And
we closed it and it was gone.
It was gone.
Yeah.
Now we can create a group, and then the group is also pushed to your mobile, pushed to the server. It's permanent.
Right.
And it's everywhere, and you can just distribute it. And it's the foundation for almost every cool new feature that we have.
And the foundation for many new features to come, I should imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So just get into it. How does it work? We have a new plus sign. You click on it. You give it a name, keynote. Then we need participants. We can just filter. We can just reuse even the filter. That one, we create a nice picture. We could upload one, but I don't have one. And then I save it. Now it creates the group. I can just type something in there, James also. So it's a group chat. Yep. What's also working here is that you can see it bubbles up the keynote to the top because it has new messages. And it also works on the mobile. So it was pushed to the mobile, and the mobile phone you can see here also had the push messages for it. I can do everything also on the mobile. So I can go here, I can manage my group here, I can answer something for sure. So it's like you expect it. If you are annoyed of this group, you can say mute it for some hours or whatever.
Weeks, months, years.
Years, forever.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we did not implement forever.
No, we didn't, no. But
we didn't.
Yeah, I think the maximum is actually a year.
Forever is just leave it.
Yeah.
But that's the foundation. So it does not sound much, but it's now implemented on the server. It's really permanent, and it's an object which moves over all of our infrastructure.
I mean, for team collaboration, these always-on chat rooms are perfect for as the foundations for what we're going to bring in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's a really good start, and it's much better, a much bigger upgrade from our old group chat tools. So that basically means the next thing we need to look at is what else is coming with the group chat or the team messaging. It's video and screen sharing. What does that look like?
Yes, so screen sharing and video was much requested. So we did a lot of infrastructure, and it's not only just a little feature, because you need the server infrastructure also to host this, and everybody on site has now the ability to host this on its own. So it was a lot to do. But now we can upgrade this group to a voice group, to a video group, or even to presentation or screen sharing group.
Yeah.
And not only on the desktop, also on the mobile, and also on all supported platforms. And without any other software. You don't need some extra plugins, some extra browsers, some extra whatnot. And you don't go out of the software you're used to use. So you're not going out of pascom and do it somewhere, because in this case you could just use any software. You can upgrade every one-in-one call and upgrade every group call to a video.
And that's a real
screen
benefit
sharing.
in comparison to some other vendors who also offer this. I mean, it's everything. It's on desktops, on mobile. It's a click away without any extra software. Yes, you might need a camera depending on your laptop.
Maybe that's useful if you want to see something.
Yeah, but for the main tool,
You can use a still image where you look good. Just one image instead of the camera.
yeah, that would have been from a long time ago, but hey.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the main tool I think most people are going to be interested in is the screen sharing, because it has many practical applications that we, even internally during the beta alpha testing phase, have used a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just
let's take it away and have a look at it.
Yeah. So this is my group. Here is nothing going on. James can dial into the group now. We wait until he arrives. And yes, please mute. If somebody is in the group, so if there is action, video action or voice action,
Whatever type of action is happening.
whatever type of action is happening, it's green. So I know that there is something. If I am interested in details, I can go here and I can see, Gilbert is here and he's just using the audio, and now I can just join the audio. I click also here, and I'm also now in this group. Now we can go to the mobile, and also the mobile can just join the group. And he's also muting. And now we are here happy together.
And we're having a great audio conference.
Yes, the great audio conference. If we like now, we can upgrade this to a video session. So I can just say, start the screen. Here we have a nice cam, which shows our studio. Here is James. And even on the mobile, I can seamlessly integrate my mobile. I just click on it. It's filming the roof. It's not so important, but you can see the concept behind it. And I can for sure do everything here. I can, that's too big, James. So I can just do it like this. Then we can talk to each other, even on the mobile, and so on and so forth. And then James could have the idea to share something. He can just enable screen sharing.
Oops, I pressed the wrong button.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
He pressed hang up instead of screen share.
Yep.
Mute again, please, and just share your screen. Here we can see the screen share now going on. And even on the mobile, we can see it here. We see it on the desktop, and we can see that it works in real time and very good. And you can just upgrade your group even to a screen sharing or presentation call. If you have enough, you can just hang up.
Yeah.
And then you wait until it's no longer green, because everybody hung up, and then that's it.
It's back to normal.
Back to normal.
Yeah, and you can see there from my mistake how easy it is just to
hang up.
No, to how easy it is to actually just start the session.
Yes.
Because I didn't do that on purpose. It was actually a general mistake on my part, and within seconds I was back online sharing my screen. So even if you do mess it up, it's savable.
For sure, it's not a remote tool.
No, it's not like TeamViewer where you can do remote control or anything.
Yes, but it's easy and always on hand, and that's the great advantage, because if you want to talk to each other, then I just want to show you this and this presentation, or I want to what our developers do very often, I want to share this piece of code with you quickly.
Exactly.
Then it's enough, and that's really cool, and it was really used a lot. So we wonder if video is more important or screen sharing. We will see in the future. But
give us your feedback. I personally am for screen sharing, but let's see what happens.
no, also video is nice if you look good. then
Yeah,
the
okay.
video is perfect.
Enough rubbing it in. Anyway, right. So that sort of brings us to a close of the features and everything. And so now, on to the most important point is test now. If you go onto our website and under downloads, so you scroll down to the bottom of the web page, click on downloads, they'll come to a section where you can actually download the ISO file for the beta. And if you want to go into the cloud, that's the easiest and quickest and most effective way. Just start a new free instance on the cloud.
Everybody can do that.
Yeah.
New free instances will be per default 19.
Exactly.
Starting from yesterday or something.
Yeah.
So just do it, test it. The clients all are already rolled out.
Exactly.
So they just switch to the 19 mode if they see a 19 server.
A good tip here is if you, for example, are getting lost somehow, not sure whether your client is 19 or the server's 19 or whatever, by the client, just look for the add group icon.
The plus sign here, maybe the...
Yeah, and it's important to note here that if, for example, you have the pascom 19 client, you'll notice some of the benefits with the faster search, for example, but not all the features are there because the server infrastructure is not there.
Yes.
And that is the easiest and quickest way to make sure that you're on 19, both on the server and on the client. Just look for that plus symbol.
Yeah.
So that's basically it for pascom 19. We are going to now open up the Q&A session, and so I'm just going to have a quick look to see what is going on in our questions. So I do a quick refresh and see if we've got any questions come in. Okay, I got a customer here who's asking about the update process for pascom Cloud. So if you're a pascom Cloud customer, if you wanted to, you can ask us to update. It's not automatic at the moment.
No, because we're in the beta phase.
Exactly.
So just to explain that, we're in the beta phase. So every new
free instance
will be beta automatically. If you want to join the beta and want to test with your productive server, which you
can do if you want to,
we just can upgrade you. If you're a premium customer, call us and we will upgrade you. If you are a customer of one of our partners, ask the partner. The partner can then ask us to upgrade. If you're a partner, just upgrade.
However, I would recommend going down the testing route to start with. Not that there's going to be massive problems or anything, but we mentioned right at the beginning that we have the new SIP stack.
Yes.
And this could cause a few issues.
Yeah, the issues which could occur is you upgrade and you have something because the SIP stack is upgraded.
Yeah.
For sure not the phones you're using and so on and so forth, but maybe with the trunk you're using, with the customizations you did on your trunk or whatever. So that's the only risk.
Right, okay. Next question is, does file sharing work on mobile?
No.
No. Is it planned?
Yes.
Good. All right, that hopefully answers that question.
Yeah, just to that, we will enhance this a lot. So for now, if you have a desktop client, you can send a file from one desktop client to the another and accept it. This was, I think, implemented since
many years ago. Yeah.
At the beginning, almost nobody knows because you have to just put the file in and then it works magically. So that's good. But now we want to move on to a server-based solution where you can just upload it and then you see it in the chat stream and we render it if it's a document and so on.
Yeah, that's one of the cool features that's coming and is sort of, as we said, we've done the building blocks now and it's going to be a future release. And then we've got another question here is the max number of participants in a video conference or group?
Unlimited.
In a group, it's within reason unlimited. A video conference?
Yes. A video conference is 6, and if it's, you can have the conference and everybody can watch the video for sure, but you can enable your video, so you can share your video 6 times.
Right, okay.
And then if the 7th wants to share his video, then one has to disable it, sorry, and the other one has to enable it.
Okay, fair enough. Good. Just have a quick look again, see what the next question is. Can I still use conventional audio conference rooms, i.e. using a PIN to log in?
Yes, you can. We have still the server. Conference rooms, you add the conference, you add the PIN. But there is another cool way. You can just add a Phonebook entry as a member to your team, and then you get the PIN, and then you can invite that guy to come into your audio conference. So in your group audio conference. For sure, he cannot see video then, and he cannot share his screen then with the normal phone. But audio conferences are also possible in groups.
Okay, we've got another question here from a customer that says, is it possible to upgrade directly from 17 to 19? Yes.
Yes and
no.
So why yes and no? Yes, it is. So we always, also in the past, there was never a situation where you had to reinstall your system and put in everything manually again.
Yeah.
But not from 18 to 19, but from 17 to 18.
That's the big building.
That's the big change where we did all the cloud stuff and the session border and whatnot.
Exactly, yeah.
You have to do a backup on your 17 or whatever you have. And then at least, I think 711 LTS at least. Then you have to do the backup. Then you have to reinstall the server, and then you can apply the backup again. So that's no in-place upgrade possible.
Yeah, it's sort of an offline upgrade, so to speak.
Offline upgrade and with a little bit of downtime. But it's possible, and it's without any problems if you know that you have to reinstall it and that you have that.
As long as you've got the backups and everything there, it's not a problem. It just takes a little bit longer, that's all. Okay, good. Is screen sharing, this is a good one, available on multiple monitors? And a lot of us use multiple monitors. How does this work with us?
You have always a main screen, and if you click on the share button, then it shares the main screen which you have currently. In one of the next versions, you will have a selector where you can say, I want to share screen ABC, whatever you have. But for now, it just shares the main screen. If you don't like to share the main screen, you can just change the main screen, because that's on iOS, on macOS and on Windows, it's very quick to say, this is now my main screen, this is now my main screen, and then you hit the share button. Right. But that's it. Okay.
Is it planned?
Yes. Yes, it's planned that you click and then you get the selection box.
Okay. Good. And then leading on to the file sharing on mobile, there's asking about screen sharing on mobile. Is this supported or planned or?
Yes, it is. It is already supported. So if I share my screen, this what we already could see in the presentation. There was a lot of switching between the mobile and lot of cameras. So maybe you were confused.
Particularly when I messed it up.
Yeah, when you messed it up. Yes, then the confusion was complete. But never mind. You can see the screen sharing already on your mobile. So I share a presentation or I have a question, somebody's on the road and can answer my question on his mobile. The other way around, no, because the applications are a sandbox and it's very, very hard. It's not impossible, but it's very, very hard to share the screen of a phone with a desktop.
Okay, fair enough.
I think the most use cases are the other way around.
Definitely, but I could see a use case, for example, somebody on a tablet.
Yes.
Not on a mobile, the screen's just too small, but on a tablet, that could be a case. But let us know, give us your feedback, and then, if it's requested enough, that's something we will have to work on. Right. The next question's coming in is, on which OS is the desktop client supported?
On many. So Windows starting with 7.
Yes, Windows 7, 8 and 10.
macOS starting with
10.12, I think.
10.12, yes. Linux, just Ubuntu, starting with 16 LTS.
Nicely done.
iOS, I don't know which version, but always the latest.
Well, the question was about the desktop client, so
iOS and Android starting with 6.
Fair enough. Good.
Connection service starting with 8.
Okay. Talk about the connection service. There's a question here actually that's just come in. It says, what happens during a mobile call when an inbound call comes in on the mobile app?
Yeah, that's now handled by the connection service. And yes, this was a problem in the past on Android because then something happened and then we tried to code around this situation and did something, and then the next application came and did
something
differently
else,
and then it was messed up. So with the connection service, this is what that's for, to handle these situations properly.
Exactly. It wasn't really a problem on the iOS because of the cool kit.
Yes.
But now with the connection service from Android, it should be much cleaner, much more professional now.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So to finish this question, it's depending then on your mobile vendor, because they have also to integrate the connection service to the phone Apple does this always in the same way.
Yeah, funny that.
For their few devices, and on Android, no. And maybe this is different in the behavior a little bit, but the situation is much, much better.
Okay, good. Then just do a quick refresh, because I think we're going through the questions again and again now. And let's have a quick look. Yeah, it's all about screen sharing on mobile and monitors. There's one here about, can I delete individual chat messages?
No.
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 No, professional business, no. You can on the server side.
On the server side, you have a retention policy where you can say 30 days, no longer, and then it deletes it, because maybe you have a GDPR, blah, 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 European, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're not allowed to keep those messages longer than whatnot, and so on and so forth. We can handle all of that. But deleting one single message
is not possible, and also, you know, in a business world, you probably wouldn't want to anyway. I can understand there might be a case where you want to delete something because you sent it to the wrong person or whatever.
Maybe.
But, you know, no.
Yes.
So anyway.
So if you want to quit your job and using pascom to do it, to tell your boss, be sure that that's what you want.
Exactly, yeah, good. So one last refresh, has not brought any new questions, so I think we're going to call it a day there. Thanks very much for watching and joining us today. I hope you're as excited about pascom 19 as we are. The beta is available to test now. Just go into my pascom and sign up for a new cloud instance, and the release notes are online.
Yeah.
Documentation is there. Yeah.
Ready to go?
Have fun.
See ya.
Cheers.